everyone, you're welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you clicked in. Okay, my name is Fury and I own this channel. I teach you how to make beautiful headwears like this one that I'm wearing. Wow, it's been a long time and really I miss everyone. I miss you guys. I want to give a very big hug to everyone who was here, to everyone who kept subscribing. Thank you to my old subscribers. Thank you to my new subscribers. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here, even without videos, without content. Thank you so much, and I'm so happy for you. Thank you. I really feel like giving you all a warm hug right now. Thank you for sticking around. And I'm so glad to be back. I'm happy to be back. And today I'm going to be teaching you how I made this lovely headpiece that you see here. This was made using ribbon fabric, the normal ribbon, decorative ribbon. Okay, and right now I'm going to teach you how I make this lovely headpiece. Please excited me. I'm super excited, guys. All right, so before we head on to the video, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly do that. Hit the notification bell and don't forget to like, share, comment. Okay, share this video, leave a beautiful comment, like, and just do something nice to this video. I'm so happy to be back, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Love you. So let's get down to business. Right here are some of the materials you're going to be using. There is my ribbon, my green ribbon, a tiny cord, a shambala, a bias tape, a lighter. You can also use candle for that. Then here we have my scissors. Have my scissors, a hot glue. If you have B6000 or uhu gum, you can also use it. I have my fabric, my satin fabric. This was like about half yard, but I didn't use everything. I didn't finish it. I just used a little out of it. I have my ruler for measuring. You can also use a measuring tape, tailor's measuring tape for this. Then I have my flexible wire, bendable wire. It's very flexible. It's used for headpiece, all kinds of headpieces because you can easily work with it. I have my yellow ribbon and some my constructing object or whatever you want to use. Okay, so I have my debit card and something that I cut out. This is about 2 inches here. Then this like something that I cut out of something or I cut out from something. It measures about 1 inch more than the other one, so I needed something bigger. So it is about 3 inches. The debit card or credit card was 2 inches. So the next step is to start forming our ribbon. To get our ribbon flower, I just wrap this round about the credit card or debit card. Then see, if you're doing this, make sure it is not so tight on the debit card. This is to enable it pull out, or so that you can pull out easily, because if it's too, just like what I'm doing, if it's too tight, it may be difficult to take off when you're done wrapping it. So just go like that, like that, like that. Get an adequate amount, then you take it off and you cut through. So this is what I have. So if you want to make your own flowers bigger, you can use something bigger than the measurement of the debit card. So I also use the other measurement to the one of 3 inches. I will show you that when I'm forming or I'm done forming the flower. So this is the next process, guys. You fold into two, apply your fire. Once you apply your fire, it automatically glues together like I'm showing you there. Okay, that's one thing with ribbon flowers, you know, it has this kind of wax in it. So I just apply the lighter there to keep it in place. And once you do this and you press it together, it binds together Okay, so this is what we'll have, guys. So I'm just going to let you watch the next process. Watch gently and carefully and see how I did it. So the next step is to cut out a ribbon. This is about the length of the half, yeah, that's 60 inches by length. Then the width is 1.8 inches. Then the next step is to fold into two, front facing front, okay, wrong side, right to right. Then we'll sew. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew through. So when we're done, guys, I wanted to turn this outside. I wanted to turn it inside out, but it was difficult because the measurement was quite small. But at the end of the day, I was really happy that I didn't, because I didn't want, if I had turned it to the other side, that's to the right side, I would have been having a shiny result, okay, after making my flower board. That's the center of the sunflower. So I was actually happy that I left it this way. So if you want to have a glossy or a shiny board, the brown side or the center of the sunflower, I'm sure you understand what I mean. So you can turn it inside out, okay? So this is the next step. I just start slicing through or nudging through the middle to give me that effect. I would advise, if you're doing this, please do not use a very sharp scissors, otherwise it will just be cutting off your job. But if it cuts off while you're doing this, you can always glue it back and continue, because at the end of the day, when we're done wrapping, it will not show, or it will not be visible. So you have to do this all through to the end of the 60 inches length. So when you're done with that, the next step is to, so this is what we'll have. Okay, don't worry about the rough edges, it will be covered. So you don't have to worry about it. It will be covered. Guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you do, leave a comment, leave a positive comment for me. Share this video, comment, okay, like, click on the like button. I mean, do something nice to this video. Don't forget to also share to your friends, okay? So the next thing to do is to start wrapping it up with my flexible wire. The measurement of this wire is about 15 inches or thereabout. But if you want your flower to be much or to be longer, your headpiece, you can increase the measurement. Okay. So the next thing, I start wrapping. You fold that first part. That first part, you fold it in. And please note for the record, once you do this, tack immediately with your needle. I will show you guys why as I proceed. That point that I'm pointing, that part, use a needle and thread, tack it down. Use a zigzag stitch, tack it down. A zigzag stitch, tack it down. I will tell you why as we proceed, okay? Once you've done that, the next thing is to start wrapping it up. Sorry guys, one thing with hot glue is that I didn't want to get my work surface messy, so I had to look for something to place the hot glue on it so that it doesn't ooze out to stain my work surface. Okay, so I'm just wrapping it through. This is where I am. This is where I am. This is what I have, and I'm just going to. Okay, guys, can you notice that my wire has fallen off? So that is why I said you have to tack. See, my wire has fallen off. So gluing is not really permanent. But if you, from the beginning, once you apply your hot glue and you tack, just like I showed you, the wire will actually stay put. It will be steady. But see, my wire has fallen off. So that's why I advise you tack from the beginning. So I'm just finishing up the board with my hot glue. Any glue can go for this, guys, like I said, but hot glue makes it faster. It's fast. If you want to use uhu gum, you have to be allowing it to to like get a little will I say cold. So uhu gum is quite technical. You have to apply it and allow it to rest a bit, because if you start using it immediately, you get a message up. So the next thing, I'm just going to glue back my fallen wire. So if you enjoy watching this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm on Facebook with the handle Fairy Glams. Follow me, subscribe to my channel, share this video, give it a thumbs up. So I have succeeded in putting back my wire. So the next step is to start gluing our flower to the flower board. So you use hot glue for this process. You just glue one at a time. Closely. Just watch what I'm doing, guys. I'm sure if you watch it closer, you understand what I'm doing. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. If you have anywhere you're confused about, just leave a question in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer them, okay? So just watch closely what I'm doing. So this is the first step. I'm done with the first step. See how beautiful this is. You can decide to leave it at this stage. If you just want this first step, it's also beautiful. But if you want it to be fuller, here is the next step to do. So you start filling those spaces. Can you see those brown spaces? The brown spaces that I'm going to show you, where I'm pointing those places, so you can fill in between, okay? Center to center, center to center. So that's just what I'm doing here. Fill up, fill it up. If you want to have something fuller. So I'm just going to continue with that until I'm done with everything, until I'm done filling it up. So this is what we'll have, guys. So this is it. It's so beautiful. You can see how full it is looking, how chubby. So this is it. It's looking very lovely. And so you just have to continue until you're done with as many flowers as possible, as many flowers as you want to use. So the next step, I'm just going to create the leaf area. that leaf that will be behind the sunflower. I'll just repeat the same process I used on the yellow one as well. So I'll just wrap it around my debit card, cut it off. So the next step is to, now I want to say this, if you have there's this half-inch bias, floral bias tape. If you have it, you can use it. Okay guys, you can use it. So I wasn't having this at the moment, and I had to improvise. So there's this ribbon that comes in green color, and it's of this measurement, and I'm showing you here. So you can use it to save yourself all the stress. So just go ahead and do this, apply this process I'm doing right now. Cut it through, like to get an arrow shape or sort of. Okay, now if you want your flowers, so you cut through, cut it out, and so I just try to check if the length is okay for me. You cut it off, get a lighter, burn down the rough part or the rough edges, then that is what we're going to be used for the leaf. That's what we're going to be using for the leaf part. Okay, so that's what we have. Now I'm just going to start placing it there to cover the rough part or the brownish area. Now guys, if you want the leaf to be protruding or out, or to be the same length with the flower, or sort of a bit closer to the tip of the yellow sunflower, you can cut this longer than, you can cut it longer than this. I just wanted mine to be too short. Okay, a sunflower sometimes has the leaf, protruding to the, to the main flowers, like they're almost the same length with the yellow one. So whatever choice you want to, whatever your choice is, just go ahead. All I'm showing you is the process and how you can achieve it. So if you want your leaf to be longer than mine, you can also make it longer. So what I did was I glued the 4 parts first, the 4 areas, to guide me so that I don't get a rough finishing. So I'm just going to cover the rest, the other side. Anywhere that is showing in rough part, brownish part that is showing, you have to make sure to cover it properly. So I'm done covering, guys. Can you see? If you enjoyed watching this video so far, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. So I'm done, as you can see, and it's looking very beautiful. So that is it. Let's just proceed to the next process. So the next thing I'll do is to wrap up my wire. All right, I'm going to wrap my wire using a shambala tape or a tiny cord. That's what we call it over here in Nigeria. Now, if you have a shiny tape or a shiny bias tape, there are so many other bias tape that can actually, be used for this purpose as well. Okay, so just cover with whatever you want. You can also use a nail polish. Just apply it on the wire. If you don't want something to be too loopy when you're working, if you don't want it to have much loops, just use a nail polish. Cover your wire the same color of nail polish you're working with. I worked with yellow. If I wanted to use a nail polish, I'll use a yellow nail polish as well. So I had to use this shambala to cover my wire for good presentation. So I applied my hot glue. Guys, I'd advise, if you're doing this, please do not use hot glue except you are a professional in using hot glue. I mean, it was so sticky that it was sticky, and it gave my work a kind of like, I don't know how to say, but it was sticky and it was getting cold so fast. So use uhu gum or probably apply it that way. So this is what we have. I have covered all the flowers I've been needing. This is one of the 3 inches I told you earlier, so it's bigger than the other ones. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start wrapping down my flowers to the longer wire. So this is the one with the longer wire. Okay, so give a kind of triangular shape for your bias. This will actually help you to wrap easily. Okay, don't go straight with the block form. Guys, just watch what I'm doing, please. So I just started assembling my flowers. This is the first one. So like I advised earlier, use uhu gum for this process. Hot glue may get your work messy. That's the second flower. So if you're doing this, guys, if you're going to be using much flowers, okay, for your headpiece, so the technique is that you put your flower sideways. So this comes on the left or on the right now, and I'm going to wrap. The next one is also going to be on the left, the next one to the right, just side by side. If you want to make a headpiece like this, you have to make your flowers to be much so that the beauty will come out. So the next one goes by the left. Can you see what I'm trying to do? The other one was by the right, the next one goes by the left. This will give it that beautiful side by side effect by the time you wear it. If you just concentrate on one side, it may not come out well. So my next flower comes to the left. Just watch what I'm doing, guys. Okay, and your wire should not be too protruded, too long. Just take it in as much as you can, so that when you're done, you can actually bend the flowers to look like normal flowers. So that's the last piece. So the idea behind this is that when I'm done putting my flowers, I will bend it towards the position or the part I want it to be, because the wire is flexible, remember. So once I'm done putting by the right, by the left, I will now bend it to be facing the way. I just bend it anyhow you want it to be or to face. But you know that when you wear your headpiece, it will either be facing forward or backwards. Remember that. So it will either be facing front or back. So once you're done with this, you bend. I didn't show that process here, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. You bend the flowers are straight now, facing forward. Now what you do is you bend to the front and you bend it to the back, so that when you're done with your headpiece, as you wear it on your head, to be facing forward and backwards. That's front and back. So show the front viewers to show the back viewers as well. Hope you understand what I mean, guys. So to finish up, I wrapped the bias down. So you see all those spaces that are there. You can decide to put more flowers. That's why I said you can add as many flowers as you want. So it all depends on what you want. So the flower has to be much. So just watch how I finish up the bottom of the head. Oh Lord, just watch, you guys, what I'm doing. Make sure you don't have any stains. If you know you can't handle this, use uhu gum, allow it to rest. So when I'm done with that, I had to now, can you see how the flowers are now looking? So I bent to the back and I bent to the front. So you can still decide to bend anyhow you want it. Can you see that they are no longer facing upwards? I hope you understand. So the next thing is to apply or attach my headpiece or my headband to it. what I did was to apply a little hot glue on the spot that I got. I want it to be just little, so that I can keep or put my headband in place while I walk. You can decide to also glue this. Once you glue it, you can decide to tack. Once it is steady, tack it down, tack it. So I applied it there. I just want it to be still for me to be able to do what I need to do, what I needed to do, or wanted to do. So I have my headband attached to the headpiece. Now I can start gluing. So in a triangular form, guys, if you're wrapping with bias, make sure you start in a triangular form. See what I'm showing you there? That will help you to start wrapping easily. Just watch it. So guys, if you notice, you see how the flowers are not facing. So that's the benefit of using the flexible wire. Just bend it anyhow you want. All right. So now if you use much flowers, you will not be seeing those pieces in between. All right, you won't be seeing the flower stem. All right, let's just call it let's just call it flower stem. You won't be seeing those flower stems. So this was for the sake of the tutorial. If you're doing yours, make sure you have a lot so that people will not be seeing all the flower stem will not be so obvious. So I've gotten to this stage and there's something I want to show you. So while I wrapped and I got to this point, I am going to start wrapping my headpiece down. So I'm just going to take the bias over the headpiece. Please watch what I'm doing, guys. So I'm going to take the bias over the headpiece. This is to hold it down, okay? So if you don't want to tack, if you don't want to glue, this is how you can, attach your headpiece to your headband. So I'm taking it through, over the headpiece, through the headband. Just watch closely. And I'm not going to repeat this like throughout. I'm going to end somewhere there. So that is where I have ended, or I stopped gluing my headpiece down to the headband. If you continue wrapping the headpiece, you know, it may bend towards one part or one side. So just within that little space, that's just where you wrap it down. So I finished up my headband. So this is optional, guys. You can decide not to do this, or you can decide to just do this from the beginning if you don't want to use a small headband. So you can decide to use an Alice band. Okay, you can decide to use an Alice band. Just attach it direct like I just did to the small headband. So now this is optional. If your headpiece is quite heavy, very heavy, you can go for this option. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm tacking down an elastic, and I'm taking an elastic down to my Alice band. So what you do, you can repeat this video if you skip that process. So what I did was to tack my elastic down to the tip of my Alice band. This is to enable a heavy headpiece to not to fall off from the head when you wear it. Is to enable it, is to give it balance and stability when you're rocking a headpiece that is very heavy. That's the essence of the elastic. Like I said, this is optional. You can also decide to use this Alice band directly without the small headband. That's tiara headband. That's what we call that iron Alice band. So the next thing, you can also decide to do what I'm doing right here. After using the tiara headband, you can take it directly to the Alice band as well and just finish up with the wrapping. The first process I showed you, just wrap around, and that is just it, guys. If you enjoy watching this video, we've come to the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. So this is the end result. This is what I got. You can make your flowers fuller than this. All right, so have something fuller. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. See you on our next tutorial. Bye.